Hello, everyone. It's Lindsay, and today I'm going to be working with the February kit from Creative Retreat Kits. This is the Vine. I do have a full unboxing over on my channel if you want to check that out and see what all comes in the kit. And then if you check out my blog post, I've got color swatches for different products and all those good things for you guys. So that is where I'm pulling my colors that I'm using is from that I curated at the beginning of the month. So I'm just now sitting down with the devotional, and I wanted to do something different. You know me. That's kind of my trademark thing, is to change things up and show you kind of a variety in different things. And so I love Bible journaling, and I know many of you love that, but some of us kind of struggle with incorporating maybe like how you're answering the questions into your Bible journaling or having it all in one place. Or for those of you who are kind of like, I don't really feel comfortable journaling directly in my Bible, there isn't a whole lot of inspiration for journaling other places. So I wanted to kind of do something a little bit different. And this isn't just for that reason. It's for me too. I want kind of a comprehensive place for how I'm working through these kits. And so each month, the devotional content has this reflection question section. And so typically I just kind of mentally answer it. Sometimes I've done little mini books or things like that, but I wanted to start being intentional about actually writing out my responses to these questions and having them all in one place that I can revisit and go over. And then of course I can always go into my Bible and do, some artistic journaling and things like that. And so what I've done is I've pulled out this here. This is a growth book. I will link this down below. You don't have to have this. You can use a plain lined notebook. Don't feel like you need to go out and buy something new. Even just a binder with lined paper. You can do what I'm going to do today. And so that's why I wanted to do this, to kind of encourage you and show that to you. But basically what this is most of it is just this dot grid journal. I'm not going to go into too much detail about this journal and what all it contains. I will be doing that over on my channel soon, but it's got places to keep track of books, a reading plan, prayers, memory verses, all kinds of things in here. But this is kind of the bulk, is just this open journal. And so the way it's formatted is just a place to dump everything: sermon notes, prayers, journaling, thoughts. You can really use it however you want. But it's kind of a stream of consciousness. So you just take your notes on a sermon, and then you mark the next spot, and then you start taking notes on a podcast, and then you do some prayer journaling. It all just kind of flows together in here. And so it has all kinds of things where you can do stickers to separate the months and different topics and things like that. And so I decided I'm going to start working in here to answer my reflection questions for these kits each month. So that way I'll have a place I can spend some time in here. Of course, you know me, it's got to be pretty, got to stamp, got to make it fun. So I will be incorporating some of the kit elements into here, but really this is just going to be focused on giving me a spot to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, answer out those questions, maybe write out some verses, and have all of that kind of messy stuff that isn't pretty to look at, right? All of our note taking and things like that in one spot. And then I can go and creatively and artistically journal out the specific verses in my Bible or something else like that. So what I'm doing here is I just have my spread. I've got the stickers, the stamp set. I got some inks over here and some paints. And what we're going to be doing on the video today is just kind of laying down some color and some stickers and some elements and stuff like that. And then off camera, I'll go in and actually work on answering the questions and writing out my response in here. But for those of you who are like, oh, that's not for me, hang out, don't leave yet. I wanted to show, because in my unboxing, I talked about how fun it would be to take these cream colored stickers from the kit and kind of do some mixed media on them, because they are this off-white color. They really lend well to dressing up and stamping on them and adding paints and things like that. And so I wanted to do that first before we start adding things into the journal. So let me go ahead and put you guys on fast forward, and we will have some fun getting messy on these stickers. And then I will quickly kind of put together some pretty elements on here, leaving myself mostly just room to journal. So let me go ahead and put you guys on fast forward, and we will start working on these projects. All right, so I've pulled out a nonstick craft sheet. You can use anything for a palette. And I've just plopped out some Ranger Distress paints. When I post my color swatches, I always use the Distress Oxide colors, but the Distress colors are the same pretty much across the lines. So even though I just post those inks, that means, use those same colors, whether you're using paints or markers or inks or sprays or whatever it might be. So again, I'll have that link down below and you can check out those swatches. So I'm just picking up these paints. I like these because they're nice and fluid. They dry pretty quick. And I'm just going in and painting random things on these stickers. Really, you're not going to see what it is that I'm painting. So right here, I'm painting some flowers, big flowers, small flowers. I'll put some leaves in there. I do this not because I care what the design is, because you're not going to be able to see that they're flowers, but it just makes it a little bit easier for me. I don't have to think about it so much as if I went in and was trying to add like organic marks and shapes and things like that. So you'll see that towards the end of the video when I pull up these stickers and use them in the journal. This is just adding little pops of color and texture to these stickers. We're going for that mixed media look and just adding some interest to them, and that will kind of play out when we use them. So you do not have to overthink this. This is a really fun project for testing things out, trying different designs, perfecting your florals and things like that. And so at this point, I'm like, I'm kind of over the flower painting, so let's move on to something else. So I've pulled out a variety of different stamp sets from Creative Retreat. I'm not going to link the specific ones. I'll just link you to the stamp section. I just picked random things out to use. So I like this one that has the textures. You could stamp with inks. I'm just stamping with the paints because I happen to have them already out. I am heat setting this really quick to dry, but just be careful that you don't over dry it because the heat does reactivate the adhesive on the stickers and you might mess up your stickers. So I just kind of quickly go over it with the heat tool just to kind of dry the paint so it doesn't smear. But now I've switched to a flat-ended paintbrush and I'm just adding some little swatches of color. You can see I kind of messed up and picked up some of the green, but that's okay. It looks like a hot, disgusting mess at the end of this. You're going to go, what in the world did you do? It looks like, those of us who stamp off the excess ink on a scrap piece of paper, that's kind of what this is going to look like. And you could even do that. You could have a set of white stickers off to the side and just when you are stamping off your excess ink and paints and things like that, do it on the stickers. And then you automatically have all these fun textures and things on your stickers. So I picked out that little love stamp set because I wanted something smaller. So if I have enough letters together, you can kind of pick up that the word is love, but the word love doesn't fully fit on any of those letters. That's okay. I'm just adding texture. I'm using archival ink just because it dries quick and I don't have to use my heat tool as much, but you could use the Creative Retreat inks. Those are chalk-based inks or pigment inks, so they just take a little bit longer to dry is all. So here I'm going to use the Waterfall Blue. I love this stamp set. This is from Easter a couple years ago. Has this fun palm frond and adding some of that in there. The idea is just layers and different designs and paint swatches and stamping and all that. So bear with me. That looks ugly, but you'll see it when I use them. So I'm going to move on into my journal here. I saw one of the gals on the team did something similar to this. We all kind of had the same idea for a way to use this stamp here. So you may have already seen this, but I'm pulling this big vine piece and I'm inking it up with some bonsai green ink. And then I'm just stamping kind of a trail of these vines down the side of my journal. Again, because I'm working in this journal, I don't care if it's messy and imperfect. I don't have that pressure that you have when you stamp in your Bible, right? We're all kind of nervous about messing it up when it's in your Bible. But in this journal, it's not, other than you guys seeing it here on this video, typically it wouldn't be seen other than by me. So it's okay if it's messy and imperfect. I'm pulling out a lighter ink. This is the Waterfall Blue, I believe, and stamping the stems for the grapes. I love this stamp set. You could very easily take this same design and then do all of your entries in your Bible the same way. Do this kind of vine down the side of your margin. It's just really, really pretty. So then I'm using one of the new purples. This is Plum Baroque and stamping the grapes. Love that. Super cute. And then I will go in with the flowers. And again, it's not necessary. I just like to add color. It's just part of my process when I'm journaling. I am a creative person, so this gets the creative juices out and that frustration out so then I can focus on the study and kind of scratch that itch, I guess. And then I can focus on the reflection questions. So I've moved on to the stickers. I'm going to create a little title just so when I flip to this page at a glance, I kind of know that this is going along with this devotional. Again, because this is kind of a stream of consciousness in this journal, everything kind of runs together. And so I like to do things a little bit differently so that this is differentiated from a podcast notes or a sermon or something like that. So I have Remain in the Vine up there. And then now I'm going to create numbered areas for my reflection question. So I have the washi tape from the kit there, and I'm tearing it and then tearing it in half. And I'm just going to use that as kind of like an underline. And these stickers don't have numbers, they're just letters. So I'm just going to spell out my numbers. And here you can see when you pull those off of that sheet, you're just getting these fun textured letters. They just have little pops of the colors. I try to use the same colors that I was going to use on the layout. I'm going to mix them with the green alphas. I love that Creative Retreat has brought their sticker printing to the States. They're being produced here in the US now. And so because of that change, you now get 2 sets of the alphabet stickers instead of just 1, which is really nice. So you can kind of mix and match. So I'm just alternating between my mixed media ones and those green ones. I'm just trying to eyeball and give myself plenty of space to write. Ideally, if I was just doing this off camera, I would probably put number 1, write out my answer, put number 2, write out my answer, but this works just fine as well. And then I'm going to outline those letters just so they're easier to see. And I go through like 3 different pens before I finally remember to use one of these Slick Writer pens. These pens are not good to use in your Bible because they do bleed through, but these journaling pages are pretty thick. And so it allows me to write over the top of that washi tape. That was what was tricky, was finding a pen to write over the washi. And then that's going to be it. Super simple and easy, right? So you can take any of these ideas and then translate it into your Bible or a journal or whatever you like to work in. But I just wanted to give you kind of a different idea for how to work through the kit. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave those down below. Check out that description box for links to everything that I used today. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.